Hello Golden State Warriors fans, we are here once again to bring you the latest news related to our team, and I would like to emphasize how committed we are to improving our performance to achieve great results. Before we dive into this intriguing news, I kindly request you to show your support by clicking the like button, and if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, I invite you all to join us on an exciting journey. Remember to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. For rivals that have had the Warriors number, and when they can get their revenge. As the NBA's top team over the past decade, the Golden State Warriors have often been the league's bully, consistently defeating their opponents. But since slipping to a more middle-of-the-pack team over the last 2 seasons, the Warriors have developed their own set of challenging rivals, teams they've struggled against in recent matchups. The Golden State Warriors are eager to end losing streaks against key Western Conference rivals next season. Unfortunately for the Warriors, their longest losing streaks have come against other Western Conference teams. This has undoubtedly played a role in their failure to make the playoffs in 2024, despite winning 46 games. It's something they'll be determined to avoid in the upcoming season. Let's dive into the 4 longest losing streaks the Warriors have against other teams and when they might break them next year. Denver Nuggets, 7 losses in a row. After losing to the Warriors in the first round of the 2022 playoffs, the Denver Nuggets seem to have taken their matchups with Golden State personally. They've won 7 straight games over the past 2 seasons, including a Christmas Day game last season and another where the Warriors blew an 18-point fourth-quarter lead, capped off by a ridiculous buzzer-beater from Nikola Jokic. The Warriors will get their first chance to snap the streak in an NBA Cup game at Ball Arena on December 3rd, followed by 2 more meetings at the Chase Center on March 17th and April 4th. Minnesota Timberwolves, 4 losses in a row. The Minnesota Timberwolves' rise in the Western Conference has coincided with a 3-0 record against the Warriors, extending their streak to 4 after winning the final matchup of the previous season. All 4 games were incredibly close, with the Timberwolves winning each by just 3 to 6 points. The Warriors will have 4 chances to end this streak next season, starting with a game at the Chase Center on December 6th. LA Clippers, 3 losses in a row. After winning their first matchup against the LA Clippers last season on November 30th, the Pacific Division rival took the next 3 games, including 2 where the Warriors led by double digits in the fourth quarter. One of those games featured a game-winning 3-pointer from Paul George, who has since left in free agency, improving the Warriors' chances of breaking the streak. Their first shot at revenge will come early, with the first of 4 matchups set for the Chase Center on October 27th. Oklahoma City Thunder, 3 losses in a row. The Oklahoma City Thunder got their revenge after Stephen Curry's buzzer-beating layup early last season by winning 3 straight games, including 2 in overtime. The Warriors' quest for payback starts at the Paycom Center on November 10th, followed by 2 home games at the Chase Center on November 27th and January 29th. Young point guard surprisingly left out of Warriors' trio facing the most pressure. After missing the playoffs last season and with franchise star Stephen Curry now 36 years old, the Golden State Warriors are heading into the next season under significant pressure. This pressure will weigh heavily on every member of the organization, but especially on certain players whose performance will be crucial to the Warriors' playoff hopes. Brandon Podziemski deserves to be among the top 3 Warriors under the most pressure next season. In a recent article, Bleacher Report's Zach Buckley identified Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and Andrew Wiggins as the 3 Warriors players under the most pressure this coming season. Each of these selections makes sense. Wiggins needs to bounce back from the worst season of his 10-year career, while Kuminga and Moody are both trying to prove their worth as they approach potential contract extensions. However, if we're talking about a combination of public and internal pressure going into next season, young point guard Brandon Podziemski is a glaring omission from Buckley's list. Right or wrong, the 21-year-old will be under intense scrutiny after the Warriors' decision not to include him in a trade for Lauri Markkanen this summer. Reportedly, the Utah Jazz wanted Podziemski in any deal for the 2023 All-Star, but Golden State's offer centered around Moody and future draft picks instead. As a result, no deal was made, and the Jazz ultimately renegotiated and extended Markkanen's contract to secure his future with the franchise. Podziemski is set to play a significant role, not only as the likely backcourt partner for Stephen Curry but also as the backup point guard behind the 2 ex-MVP. The all-rookie first-team member has been vocal about his personal goals this offseason, telling Mark Medina of Sportskeeda that he wants to win the Most Improved Player award and establish himself as one of the league's rising stars. All of this adds up to a season where the spotlight will be squarely on Podziemski. Despite the pressure, his confidence and rate of improvement suggest he's up to the challenge. The 19th overall pick from last year should replace Moody among the top 3 Warriors under the most pressure, with even more scrutiny likely falling on coach Steve Kerr to give the 6 feet 6 inches wing a consistent opportunity to shine. Reported trade/free agency aspirations of Rival are even more unrealistic than those of the Warriors. Aiming high is crucial for success. Just look at the Golden State Warriors, who won 4 championships in the last decade after a 40-year drought. But reaching for greatness also comes with heightened expectations and inevitable disappointment if those expectations aren't met. This is what the Warriors have been grappling with over the last 6 or 7 months, as their attempts to trade for stars like LeBron James, Paul George, and Lauri Markkanen have fallen flat. NBA insider Mark Stein recently reported that Golden State still believes it's in a position to make a blockbuster trade within the next 12 months. Fans might be skeptical, given the recent past, but this is at least realistic. The franchise has kept its core of young talent and still holds most of its future draft picks. What's far less realistic, however, are the Los Angeles Lakers' reported plans to lure one of the league's biggest superstars to the City of Angels. The Warriors' hopes for another star are plausible, but the Lakers' dream of landing Luka Doncic is pure fantasy. In a recent episode of the Mismatch podcast, Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer revealed that the Lakers are eyeing Dallas Mavericks point guard Luka Doncic as their next franchise superstar to succeed LeBron James. I've reported on this podcast and on The Ringer how they're keeping an eye on Luka for the future, O'Connor said. We'll see if that happens. Dallas just made the finals. They're stronger than ever with their supporting cast. This might not work out. While anything can happen over the next few seasons, few players are more firmly entrenched in their team than Doncic is in Dallas. He's the franchise star of a team that just made the playoffs and is under contract for at least 3 more years. Perhaps the Lakers believe their storied history gives them the pull to attract top talent to Los Angeles, but this would border on arrogance, especially considering their recent failures to land big-name targets. They even attempted to bring Klay Thompson to LA in free agency, only to watch the veteran shooter choose to stay with Doncic and the Mavericks. The Warriors and Lakers find themselves in similar situations right now. Both are middle of the pack, play-in tournament teams, each anchored by an all-time great. Can either team change the narrative by making a game-changing move? Los Angeles likely won't if they're pinning their hopes on a fantasy target like Doncic.